That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a, I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
10, 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
All right. Let's get into this. We got to get into this. We got to get through this, folks. What's going on? Thanks for joining me. I'm just doing a quick live reaction because Vonhelton has given us a gift, folks. This is, anyways, we'll get into that in a second. First and foremost, I guess I have to give a shout out here to the YouTube user, Vonhelton's Children. He got kicked by Vonhelton from G-Man's Evolution Hangout. Yes, G-Man is back. Surprise, if you didn't know, if that's not been apparent. Actually, he never actually left, and he didn't even stick to his own conditions of staying, because now GTV Network is it's up and rolling, and he's inviting atheists in. He wants to take them on. But yeah, I saw that out there. Now, on a serious note here, folks, I'm sure everyone by now has heard the news that the basketball sensation Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash. 9 people died, including his 13-year-old daughter. So that's pretty serious. And I don't think anybody, I know there's controversies in his life, and a lot of people look up to him as a great basketball player. But regardless of all that, I don't think anybody wants to see someone die, let alone 9 people, right? We got to remember other people died as well. And that's a tragedy. No one wants to see that, except for conspiratards like Vonhelton, who wring their hands in glee at the prospect of being on the ground floor of a big scoop, an exclusive. Kobe Bryant was murdered. The elite had him off, folks. Vonhelton has put the pieces together. Nothing is sacred. These people don't care if they're wrong or not, but that's besides the point. We're not dwelling on that. We're not dwelling on intentions tonight. We're just going to take it as it's presented. And what does he base this off of, folks? He bases this off of a USA Today headline about a Google search glitch and a cartoon he remembers seeing. And why, folks? Why? As the powers that be, led by Hillary Clinton, in a ritualistic murder, why did they do this? Well, so LeBron James can become the new king of basketball, folks. Isn't it obvious? You can't script this stuff, folks. I got my hiney in my hand. Take a little sippy sip here. So there's 2 videos. This is a part 1 and a part 2. Altogether, we're looking at about over a half hour of material. I promise I won't. If he rambles and repeats himself, I'm just skipping through it. I have watched the first little bit. That's how I know kind of what his fucking angle is here. It's crazy town, folks. But sit back, enjoy it with me. Let's take a ride. Another stroll through Weirdo Wonderland as we try to keep up with the workings of a man, apparently, that has an IQ in excess of 190 by his own proclamation. Yes, he is smarter, 30 points higher than Einstein, folks. Well, we'll get into that on this week's Weirdo Wonderland. And for those that may be interested that's watching this live or before the 29th, I am going to be sitting in on Omni Eris's live stream, so that should be fun. Check it out. I'm going to try to crack the tequila code. Just for the record and transparency for anyone watching, no, I don't have an inside track to tequila or anything. We're just following breadcrumbs and seeing where it leads, probably to a big ginger madhouse with a crazy child-eating witch named Tila in there. But anyways, we'll get into that another day. We're going to stick to this, folks. I don't want to waste too much time rambling. Straight from the horse vagina itself, let's get into it.
Folks, I'm not big on sports, so you have to forgive me. However, the recent passing of Kobe Bryant is just so blatantly obvious that I need to do a video on it. It's just so obvious, and it'll wake up those people that for years, oh, they ain't nothing to these conspiracy theories, and blah 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 blah. The typical stuff. All the conspiracy theorists are crazy. Truthers are crazy. Patriots are crazy. People that know what's really going on behind the scenes in government, they're just crazy. Well, Kobe Bryant's death, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your circumstance, just totally blows the lid off that. It just totally blows the lid off that. And I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it right now. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Spoiler alert, he proves nothing. I'm going to bet on that. But anyways, let's skip his shitty intro and take it from there. Breaking, Vonhelton still a moron.
All right, folks. Looky here. USA Today. Google, when did Kobe Bryant die? And it lists the day of deadly crash as a date of assassination. Whoa. Whoa. So all you people that have been laughing, all them conspiracy theorists, they're full of shit. Them conspiracy theorists, they're crazy. Them conspiracy.
From what I can tell, this really is the crux of his whole argument. His whole conspiracy theory is based on a headline. I bet the motherfucker didn't even read the article. I bet the motherfucker didn't even fucking try the Google search because they've already fixed it. And if you actually go to the USA Today article, they've updated it and said that the glitch was fixed. My question is, if this is a big conspiracy by the elites, how the fuck is Google involved? And why would they fucking release it through their Google searches? Maybe it was picked up. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying that because, it's been fixed. I don't know exactly what happened. But maybe because a bunch of conspiratards were looking up Kobe Bryant assassinated. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But apparently Google being part of this whole fucking conspiracy and releasing the information that they're part of the conspiracy makes more sense. I don't know. Maybe I am the one that's crazy, folks.
There, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, am I crazy now, sweetheart?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I crazy now?
Oh, yeah.
Date of assassination. And we just found out that LeBron James has exceeded Kobe Bryant's numbers.
Coincidence?
Google it.
I think not, folks.
LeBron James has passed Kobe Bryant's numbers. He has exceeded Kobe Bryant's level of expertise, or however you wish to describe it. And so there's a cartoon out there that predates all this, where Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash. And it's very poignant because in the cartoon, in the helicopter crash, this dude says, "Pass me the trophies. Pass me the trophies." LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant's numbers. Pass me the trophies, Kobe. I'm the king now. Okay,
it all makes
James
sense.
speaking.
It all adds
Pass
up,
me
folks.
the trophies, Kobe. I'm the king now. To which Kobe says, pass. Or in other words, no. And the helicopter explodes and kills him. Okay. So when you're dealing with the elite, when you're dealing with the powers that be, even if you're filthy rich, they don't have a problem taking you out. See, it was time for Kobe to pass, no pun intended, the ball, and give it to LeBron James and let LeBron James be king for a day. And Kobe's like, nah, I don't want to do that shit. I earned what I got.
Now, why this is the case, I don't think Vonhelton, I'm going to speculate he never actually gets to why the elite would go through this trouble of assassinating Kobe Bryant to help elevate LeBron James. The only thing I can think is because LeBron James, I know in the past has publicly, had an outing with Donald Trump and called him out. And Von Helton's been sucking fucking Donald Trump's asshole since fucking day one, right? So that's the only reason. I mean, again, we're trying to fucking dissect the fucking mind of a madman. I mean, I fell into this trap before. We're sliding into the shit abyss, people. I should just let's just let the horse vagina keep talking.
Why should I pass off to LeBron James? Why should LeBron James get any status? The implication being that LeBron James's numbers might actually be doctored. Right? Yeah. Because if Kobe is saying, no, I'm not giving you my statues, I'm not giving you my trophies, my awards, that would tell me that Kobe Bryant knows that LeBron James's numbers are doctored and that LeBron James did not earn what he supposedly earned, number-wise, right? And he's like, no, I'm not giving up my trophies. And then boom, the helicopter explodes in the cartoon. Then we have an anonymous Twitter post that says Kobe Bryant will die in a helicopter crash prior to the accident occurring. But the final thing that gets me,
of course, I'm not sure if Vaughn actually ever provides evidence of any of this. I'm going to go with a guess no. But here's the thing. Here's the final thing, folks. This is going to be compelling.
There is a telemetry data for the helicopter, right? And the helicopter's flying along, everything's cool. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, dispatch comes in and wants the helicopter to just sit there and circle for several minutes. I think they said like 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Way far away from any kind of traffic. It's just sitting there circling. The dispatch comes on just wants the helicopter to sit there and circle for a while. Maybe so that they can get their laser tracking system to lock on. Just throwing that shit out there, right? I mean, why?
Well, no, let me ask you, why the fuck with their laser tracking system? Like, this is just ridiculous. Why would they waste resources like this to down a helicopter? The whole thing is just fucking ridiculous. But why would they need him to hover there? Is their laser tracking system that fucking shitty and that blatantly obvious, Vonhelton? Here's a crazy idea. Why don't we wait until they have a full, thorough investigation, find out what the hell went on, and release it publicly before wait for facts? I know I'm just talking too logically here. Yeah, no evidence, just claims, just fucking arguments from ignorance. It's just a big argument from ignorance. He doesn't understand sitting in his trailer in Kentucky, so he's just going to fill in the blanks.
Why sit there and circle in the middle of fucking nowhere for 3 minutes? There was no traffic around where they were at, not even close. They said, oh, well, there's traffic coming out of the airport. Okay, well, great. But, I mean, they were a long way away from the airport. They were way, way, way far away from the airport. And then as somebody in a video pointed out, he said, now look at this wreckage. The only thing we got is the tail boom. We don't have the tail rotor. We don't have the main rotor. We don't have any of the...
I always love this part of the conspiracy theory. I mean, whether it's 9/11 or whatever the case may be, it's always the wreckage doesn't look right to me. Right? To me, a guy sitting in a fucking trailer in Kentucky or in their mom's fucking attic or whatever the case may be, you got to remember, folks, these are people that are so overwhelmed by the human experience that they have to retreat to isolation and live in this fucking reality bubble that they construct around themselves, where they already assume shit like this goes down. And he'll get into it. He manages to put Hillary at the front of this. Don't you worry. Again, I babble. I digress. Let's keep moving.
Body All we got is the tail boom. And then you go and you look at other helicopter crashes, and what do you see? And the helicopter is mostly intact. See, when a helicopter loses power...
Okay, before he gets into this, he's basically just saying, well, I've seen pictures of other helicopter crashes, and they weren't as bad. Therefore, all helicopter crashes that look worse than this have been down by a missile or something, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me in my fucking twisted comic book fucking version of reality. Moving right along.
There's this thing called feathering, where you can feather the rotor. Now, what does that mean? What that means is you free up the rotor, and then the rotor will spin and slow the descent of the helicopter. Now, it's not going to prevent you from crashing, obviously, but it will slow it down a little bit. You know, it's still going to be a crash, still going to be bad, but might not be as bad if you free that rotor up, right? But yet, this helicopter pilot didn't know to do that?
Well, we don't know that, and we don't know why that didn't occur until they do a thorough investigation and release the findings publicly. Maybe there's already an answer. Maybe there's just things you don't know, Vonhelton. In fact, I'm pretty sure we could fill fucking warehouses full of things that you don't know.
Really? And where is the debris for the body of the helicopter? Where is the debris from the tail rotor? Where is the debris from the main? It's not there, folks. Go look at the pictures. It's not there. It's not there.
Well, depending on the severity of the crash, you know, I mean, until they do a thorough investigation and release all the facts, I don't know exactly what happened. But I mean, these things aren't made of heavy materials. I mean, I think we forget that, right? Like, as someone pointed out, the rotors could be in thousands of shards, right? It's aircraft aluminum. It's built to be light. I don't know. But I doubt very much that Hillary Clinton fucking used laser targeting technology to down his fucking helicopter because they wanted LeBron James to be king for a day, as you put it. Again, maybe I'm the one that's crazy, folks. I don't know.
So what's going on here, folks? Well, he was assassinated, yeah. He was ritualistically murdered. It was time. The people upstairs, the powers that be, said, Kobe, it's time for you to step aside and let somebody else be king for a day. And Kobe's like, no, man, I earned these trophies. I earned my right to be where I am. And they're like, well, okay, if you don't want to play ball, no pun intended, or rather pun intended, maybe, who knows? It depends on your perspective, I guess. But Kobe didn't want to play ball. Kobe didn't want to give up his shit. Kobe didn't want somebody else to be king for a day. Now he's dead. And supposedly 9 other people along with him, including his daughter, by the way. That's the real tragedy here. I mean, his daughter's dead too, supposedly. You know, ritualistically murdered, folks. They kill their...
Oh, here it goes. See, this is not going to stop. Yeah, it's tragic, but it's not going to stop Vonhelton from, as someone put it, standing on their corpses to fucking preach from his little soapbox of conspiracy, right? Because here comes the fear-mongering, folks. Here comes the fear-mongering.
Their own. They have no problems killing their own. So how much more, then, are they willing to kill you? Huh? Think, damn it. Use your fucking brain. If they're willing to kill somebody that's uber rich like Kobe, what about you? You ain't shit to them.
What's that ring that he's sporting? Is that some part of his pagan fucking journey to being fucking Taco Supreme or whatever the hell it is?
Right? Huh? Well, that Vonhelton me exaggerates. They ain't nobody gonna want to kill me. They ain't nobody yet. And then and while they're even yet speaking, while they're even yet pulling that bile out of their fucking mouth, Bill Gates is up on a stage saying, "Yep, we got to decrease the population with vaccines by 90%." Just like Dr. Eric Pianka said with an airborne Ebola virus, we're going to decrease the surplus population by 90%.
Just to be clear, these people didn't say we are going to decrease the population by 90%. I mean, people like Bill Gates and others have been advocates of like awareness of overpopulation. We are out fucking populating our resources. Like there is going to be a breaking point, so they warn of that. But I mean, nowhere ever in the years I've fucking heard Vonhelton protest this or profess this, sorry, have I ever seen him actually produce evidence of them saying, quote, we are going to reduce the population by 90% by doing whatever X, whether it's Ebola or he's come up with it. It's been, you know, over and over again, it's a different thing, but I have yet to see him actually present that evidence. Anyways.
Airborne Ebola virus. Got a standing ovation for that shit. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But yeah, LeBron James was to take the crown, and he was to be in the limelight. He was to be the king. He was to be the man on the hill. And Kobe's like, no, man, fuck that. I earned this shit. Now he's dead because he wouldn't play ball with the bosses, with the real people working behind the scenes. And now he's dead, and his daughter, and about 7 or 8 other people. Because they don't care. They don't care to take you out. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Kobe is proof of this. Doesn't matter how much money you have. If they want to take your ass out, they're going to take your ass out. Poor Aaron Russo found that out. Talked to a damn Rockefeller. Boom, dead. After talking with a Rockefeller, Aaron Russo ends up dead. Google it, people. Don't take my word for it. Google it. So, yeah, man. Doesn't matter how much money. I mean, Kobe was rich, man. Nobody can deny that shit.
Didn't Vonhelton once claim I was a Rockefeller or some fucking shit?
Nobody. So it doesn't matter how much money you got. If they want to kill your ass, they're going to kill your ass. Poor John Denver. You know, everybody keeps wanting to argue with me. John Denver wasn't killed. Yeah, the fuck he wasn't. Of course he was murdered. He publicly humiliated Hillary Clinton and Tipper Gore. Of course he was fucking murdered. You don't embarrass Hillary Clinton, folks. You don't do that shit. And so, yeah, John Denver was murdered. And before everything was all smoothed over and covered over, the initial reports said that the mechanic said there was nothing mechanically wrong with that helicopter. It was a beautiful, clear day. There was, not a cloud in the sky, nothing wrong. And Denver dies? Yeah, come on.
He was a drunk.
John Denver, the all-American boy, because he was, just ask Frank Zappa. He was an all-American boy, all right? Loved his country, loved God, didn't do drugs. Now, some people are saying the guy drank like a fish.
He did.
I don't remember that when I was growing up.
He didn't remember it as a kid, folks. He only sticks to how it was as he remembers it from when he was a child. Like child Vonhelton. Kitty Irvin running around actually gave a shit if John Denver was dealing with alcoholism, right? Because he knew John Denver extensively. Right.
I don't remember that shit.
Right. Dee Snider, right? They didn't kill him.
This dude was literally Mr. Square, okay? He was literally Mr. Square.
He was an alcoholic.
No alcohol, no drugs, no cursing, no nothing, okay? He was the all-American boy.
It's almost like Vonhelton's offended. Like, how dare you?
And this was borne out in the court cases, the Senate hearing cases, whatever. And Zappa laughed at him. And he said, "What do you mean, man?" Because the accusation was, that John Denver's songs were about drugs. And Zappa's like, "Are you nuts? This is the all-American boy. He don't do drugs, man. What are you talking about?"
Well, he's referring to the censorship scandal. And yeah, there was a whole bunch of shit that went down with that, of course. But that doesn't change the fact that John Denver was an alcoholic.
And because, John Denver had a song called Rocky Mountain High. And, Tipper Gore and Hillary Clinton tried to make the claim that John Denver was referring to drugs in that song. John Denver didn't do drugs. And as far as I know, he didn't do alcohol either. But now supposedly he does.
Well, no, that's as far as he knows, but he doesn't know shit. He's an idiot. He's a chimp monkey. He's wrong.
On the internet, but no. I grew up in that era, folks. I don't remember John Denver ever drinking alcohol, ever. Okay? And believe me, if he'd have drunk alcohol, I'd have known it, especially as a young boy.
Why would you know that as a young boy? Why would you even be interested in that as a young boy? Like,
because it would have stuck in my mind. Anyways, but yeah, John Denver was murdered. Michael Jackson was murdered, just as his sister. Janet Jackson will tell you to your face that he was murdered.
I'm not sure her exact claim, and if we're being really liberal with the word murder, like maybe there's negligence, intentional or otherwise, by the physician that was caring for him or whatever. But I'm not aware of it. I know nut bars like Vonhelton have said that the elite have killed off Michael Jackson, but I'm pretty sure if anybody with a brain knows that Michael Jackson's actually living on an island right now. It was all a big stunt to pay off his like $429 million debt. Jeez, come on, folks. It's obvious.
Michael Jackson got behind a podium, said, I have an important announcement that I'm going to be making within the next month or so.
Yeah, he was going on tour. So there's something to do with his tour.
And then not long after that, he's dead. Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, this is a good
ready
one.
To come forth with some information.
Because Jimi Hendrix definitely had his finger on the pulse of the New World Order and the Illuminati. I mean, if anyone that they were going to filter classified information that they didn't want out through, it, of course, would be rock star Jimi Hendrix.
That was important, quote unquote. Jimi Hendrix ends up dead. How many times does this have to happen before it sinks in up here, people? How many times? How many times does it have to happen before it sinks in up here?
Don't forget Paul McCartney. Killed, replaced.
That we conspiracy theorists, we truthers, have been right all along. How many people's got to die before you get a clue? This is not hard to figure out, guys. It really isn't. You just follow the fucking money. LeBron James was to be in charge. He was to be king of the hill.
For what reason? He never actually gives a reason. These idiots, these fucking conspirators, never give a reason why. I mean, according to them, these fucking secret societies have been plotting against all of mankind since the days of early civilization. In some cases, with aliens' help, right? So when does this grand master plan come to fruition? When do we see the fruits of this? Like, how much longer do they hide in the shadows and assassinate basketball players? How do we stop the insanity, folks? That's what I want to know.
He was to be top dog. Kobe Bryant probably knew that his numbers were fudged. Yeah. And it's like, no, man, I earned my shit. And they're like, okay, you ain't going to play ball with us? You're gone.
Hillary had him offed. It all makes sense, folks, of course.
Simple as that. Simple as that. So, there you are. It's just the way it is, man.
Vaughn just went and made himself a fact, folks. Mine's made up. He's just convinced himself.
And this is why. This is why the gods are saying that these elites' time is at an end. Even at the door.
They went too far.
Have to be taken out.
Too far.
They're killing people, man. They're killing people. They're orchestrating wars. They're doing all kinds of things behind the scenes.
It's conspiracy, folks. Wake up. Moment of reflection here, I suppose.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
As I sit here and think. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. I want you to think. I want you to use this thing in your head called a brain.
I'll do what I
Stop
can.
and think for a minute.
Let's go.
Could it be that the reason Trump is being impeached is because he averted a major war?
Whoa. How did I know he was going to turn this back around to Trump somehow? No, it's not the LeBron James connection, but I think we're getting closer here. It's all because of Trump. They assassinated Kobe Bryant to elevate LeBron James because his hero, Donald Trump, who LeBron James has in his eyes slandered publicly, tried to avoid a war. By assassinating a dude from another country. Isn't that ironic?
Stop and think for a minute.
Just think about that, folks.
Russia and the Ukraine were at war, were they not?
They are at war.
Were they not? Yeah.
They are at war.
All right. And so it's entirely possible that the conversation
Oh, here we go. Vaughn was in the room, folks.
that Trump and the Ukraine president had might have averted a war, a major war with Russia.
Oh, so he's not even talking about like an actual war that, you know, we all know that he's fucking been teetering the free world on. Not any of those. This is a hypothetical made up in Vonhelton's mind war that Trump avoided, and that why the elites are after Kobe Bryant. Okay. Makes more sense now. It's perfect. I get it.
Could it be that that's the real reason why they're trying to impeach Trump? Is because he didn't play ball. It's because he didn't want another frivolous war. It's because he didn't want to have a battle with Russia that we probably could not win.
By request, we're getting a shout out to Mount Trashmore. So he's coming along nicely in the background, folks.
Or that Russia couldn't, mutually assured destruction, right? Could it be? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it could. Yeah, it could.
It could have been fucking purple leprechauns behind it. We're going to use that kind of logic, Vaughn. Sure, it could. Sure, it could.
So there you go, folks. When did Kobe Bryant die? And it lists the day of deadly crash as date of assassination.
So is Google in on it? This is where I'm confused. Or are they the whistleblowers? Just so many questions, folks, with this compelling, profound scenario that Vonhelton has dreamed up.
He was assassinated. He didn't want to give up the crown. He didn't want to give up being the top dog, the king of the hill, because LeBron James had passed his numbers.
Now, I don't know, should I slow this down, replay it for you people? Because Vonhelton does have an IQ of 190, apparently. He might be losing you guys with all this.
It's like, okay, Kobe, you gotta go by the wayside. We're gonna focus on LeBron James. Kobe's like, no, man, I earned my shit. I earned my shit. Pass us the trophies and we'll pull you out. No, I earned my shit. I'm not giving up my trophies. Bam, dead. Simple as that, man. Simple as that.
Just like that, folks. Yep.
But yeah, helicopter telemetry shows the helicopter just sitting there circling in the air out in the middle of fucking nowhere for at least, I think they said like 3 minutes. Why?
Well, Vonhelton doesn't understand why, because they haven't done a thorough investigation and released the findings yet. But that's not going to stop Vonhelton from making an argument from ignorance. Yeah, that's right, Hillbilly. I've been trying to introduce that game again, and what does Vonhelton's trailer smell like? Those are two of my favorite games. If you guys want to play along, because we do have some more Vonhelton coming up here, just put in the chat what you actually see in the background. I spy with my little eye, right? We tried to name that trash. Let's keep moving.
What was that all about? They were miles from the damn airport. There was no traffic in the area. And by the time they had gotten to the airport, that traffic would have been done gone anyway. So what's the whole point of them sitting there idling for? And it was a real erratic flight too. I mean, when you look at it on the map, it's just all over the fucking place. It's not, I mean, if I'm a pilot, I'm going to do a nice slow circle, right? Or maybe even a figure eight or something. But I'm not going to be just all over the fucking place, just random.
Geez, maybe he was having issues.
Weird, goofy shit. I mean, it's almost as if.
I agree, Baby Jane. I go with a beef stew, body odor, and shit. Definitely. I think that's definitely an odor combination that would be familiar in the hallowed hallway of Vonhelton single wide.
He was avoiding a missile. But see, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, okay, because there's there's some Airwolf shit going on up there. Vonhelton sees that show me the fucking video with the missile then. Right? Like, this is so stupid. We are actually to believe that this fucking Vonhelton witnessed this fucking erratic movement of this helicopter as it's trying to avoid apparently an invisible missile that they use a laser targeting. Let's put this in perspective, folks. A laser targeting system got the pilot, who apparently doesn't know how to fly, according to Vonhelton, because Vonhelton knows better what to do in these situations. The pilot, I guess, gave his life, must have been in on it, sat there and hovered while they got this laser technology locking system on it, right? This targeting system. And they went through all of this, people, because they wanted to assassinate Kobe Bryant in probably one of the most public ways that they possibly could, for the sole reason of elevating LeBron James, who just by chance has spoken out publicly against Vonhelton's hero Trump, to let him be the new number one basketball sensation. Just like they did with John Denver, who Vonhelton as a child does not remember being an alcoholic because he would know. All because Donald Trump avoided a war, maybe a war that Vonhelton totally made up, hypothetically. Now, I don't have an IQ of 190, admittedly. Maybe I'm getting lost here, but it sounds like a whole lot of bullshit going on. What do we got here? We got hillbilly. I'm going to go with rotten honeydews, yes. Shitty diapers, definitely. And really bad body odor. Definitely body odor and shit are consistent here, folks. I think we can agree on that. I would go with definitely a beefy stew undertow. You've heard me before. That's what I pick up. It's like when you go to someone's house that doesn't eat beef stew, but you can smell beef stew and it's kind of offsetting, or a clam chowderish, kind of a musky. I'm thinking that smell of like fucking old garbage bags when they sit around too long, start deteriorating. Something, there's the hues of that. Let's keep going.
Only passenger helicopters don't have chafer flares. No, they don't. No, they do not. But the erratic flying, now that I think about it, from this helicopter,
he's put it together,
to suggest avoiding a missile. But now there's nothing like that on the audio.
And there's nothing like that in the video.
Isn't that amazing? But if you watch the erratic flight pattern of that helicopter for those 3 minutes, it looks like he's avoiding a missile.
Avoiding a missile for 3 minutes and says nothing on the audio. Jesus Christ. Hello back to Liverpool, UK. Let's keep going.
It does. Because if you're sitting there waiting for your turn, you're just going to make a nice slow circle, right? Or maybe a figure eight. You're not going to be all over the damn map and all kinds of weird, erratic flying.
Yeah, unless you're just about to fucking crash or something's going on. Again, I haven't even got time to review any of this because nothing's really much out other than just some main news stories. Like there's nothing really to examine yet as far as I'm aware. So I don't really have much to counter on these arguments other than they're just batshit crazy and backed up by nothing but speculation and the ramblings, the verbal diarrhea of James Paul Vonhelton.
So what's that all about, Alfie? Could it be he was avoiding a missile? Because civilian helicopters don't have flares and chafe.
So a civilian helicopter pilot was outrunning a missile in circles over an airfield for 3 fucking minutes. That was locked to them by a laser-guided targeting system. All funded by the Illuminati, folks. That is one hell of a pilot. If I was Vonhelton, and according to Vonhelton, this pilot who could outmaneuver laser-locked missiles in a civilian-grade aircraft with nothing but a commercial pilot's license for 3 fucking minutes. This guy's a fucking hero. But according to Vonhelton, this guy doesn't know how to feather the fucking rotor.
They don't have them. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, guys. There was no reason to hold that helicopter up for those 3 minutes. There was no reason.
Not according to Vonhelton.
Because by the time the helicopter had gotten to the airport, that traffic would all be gone. It'd already been gone.
So Vonhelton, a man who has not left his fucking single wide trailer in his mummy's backyard in over 25 years to hold an actual job, he knows better. He has assessed the situation on the limited information that has been released. And he's already come to the conclusion that he could have done a better job than the trained dispatchers that were there in the situation. Golly. That's a 190 IQ, folks.
What's up, man? What's going on? He was assassinated. He was assassinated. Ritualistically murdered.
Ritualistically, because it's all about the fucking, what is it, the soul cooking, the fucking baby eating, the Satanist shit.
Because they have no problem killing their own. They have no problem killing their own. Kobe didn't want to play ball. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for me.
All right. So anyways, that's just Vonhelton talking bullshit. Listen, I want to get through this. The next segment is a lot shorter. I haven't even watched any of this. Apparently he gets some fucking pictures of the helicopter and the wreckage, and it doesn't make sense to him. Therefore, it's all a fucking conspiracy against Donald Trump. So let's get right into that. I'm going to get a drink while it's playing.
We'll be right back after these messages. Well, it looks like I'm back again because we got a part 2 here. I apologize for my audio in part 1. Windows, for whatever screwed up reason, put my microphone down to 73%. So if you had trouble hearing me in the first part, I apologize. I didn't know. Apparently, every now and then, Windows will have a brain fart and just pop my mic down. I don't know why they do that shit. Anyways, I'm back with part 2 of Kobe Bryant was murdered. And hat tip to a bunch of people in Sheila Alien's video who turned me on to this, because this is going to blow your mind. This is going to totally blow.
Oh my God, Sheila Aliens. Is that fucking fruitcake still around? Does anybody remember that fucking dingbat? That's what he's using as a fucking source. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but Sheila Aliens, like, she's way up there with Vaughn. Like, this is where crazy people like Vaughn get their crazy from. Moving right along.
Your mind, this part here. But Kobe Bryant part 2. Not going to worry about the intro. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to wing it. We're doing it live. Bill O'Reilly, we're doing it live. All right. Hey, I think we have a problem. What color is Kobe's helicopter? Well, like I said, I'm not a sports fan. I don't keep up with this shit. So let's just scroll down here. Kobe Bryant's helicopter was previously owned by the state of Illinois. Sikorsky 76 helicopter that crashed Sunday, killing basketball legend Kobe Bryant. Okay, well, now that looks like a black helicopter. Okay, so when it flew Illinois governors, the helicopter carried the tail number N76ILL. An online database indicates the tail number was changed to N72EX in 2015 when it was purchased by the Island Express Holding Corporation of Van Nuys, California, the holding company of record at the time of the crash. Flight tracking websites show the helicopter received a new paint job, including the Nike swoosh logo and Kobe Bryant's signature sheath insignia after the 2015 ownership change. Okay, so there's what it looks like, right? Got the two different colors of blue stripes on a white helicopter. And then that's what it looks like now. Black with a new number and the Nike swoosh. And there's the wreckage. Okay, so this is supposedly the wreckage of Kobe Bryant's helicopter, but as you can see, it's the old paint job. It's the paint job when it was back as the owner, when it was back being owned by the Illinois legislature.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it. I think it's one of these things where it's like, is he wearing a gray suit or a blue suit? Right? I want to back this up and look at the tail a bit. Not that we can necessarily tell anything from this. I don't know anything about this photo that he's showing, but I just do want to take a look at it as curiosity. Give me a sec here.
It's the paint job. And there's the wreckage. In ownership change. Okay, so there's what it looks like, right?
Well, it looks like part of the underbelly at least has that dark blue, and there's white.
Got the two different colors of blue stripes on a white helicopter. And then that's what it looks like now. Black with a new number and the Nike swoosh. And there's the wreckage. Okay, so this is supposedly the wreckage of Kobe Bryant's helicopter, but as you can see, it's the old paint job.
It does kind of look blue and white.
It's the paint job when it was back as the owner, when it was.
I mean, it does. I'll give him credit. It does kind of look like blue and white at the first kind of look of it. Let me put it back. But it's not like exactly a match.
Okay, so this is supposed with a new number
it doesn't,
and the Nike swoosh.
Whoops, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I'm wrecking it here, people. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Like I said, I don't know much about this photograph that he's showing, and I don't know.
On a white helicopter. And then that's what it looks like now. Black with a new number and the Nike swoosh. And there's the wreckage. Okay, so.
Yeah, just like they took the wrap off. Something. Yeah, exactly. I don't really see what the big. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell by just that picture what the fuck color it is. Anyways, I don't know.
So this is supposedly the wreckage of Kobe Bryant's helicopter, but as you can see,
that's a good point, Paulie. The vinyl would have melted, showing off the paint underneath, right?
It's the old paint job. It's the paint job when it was back as the owner, when it was back being owned by the Illinois legislature. So it looks to me like an Illinois legislature helicopter has crashed.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. It's just that they fucking wrapped it, right? And then the fucking crash. Obviously, it was whatever had happened was intense enough to fucking disintegrate a lot of the fucking, you know, area where the people were, right? The cockpit, etc. It would have definitely been hot enough to fucking burn off the wrap. I mean, I think it is just exposing the old paint job. But I mean, what does this prove, anyways? What's Vaughn, like, they're lying about the color of the fucking helicopter now or something? Or
Right? Because Colby's helicopter is supposed to be black, right? Yeah. Colby's helicopter is black. This thing's got Illinois colored on it. So let's keep going here. Kobe Bryant's helicopter was like a limousine and had a strong safety record, NBA Star's former pilot says. Investigators at Calabasas, whatever, at the site of the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, daughter Gianna, and 7 others on January 26, 2020. Christina House, Los Angeles Times. That is Illinois colors. And the tail is smoking. Folks, there's nothing in a tail boom except a rotor. And there's no reason for a rotor to be smoking. There's no reason for a tail boom to be smoking. There's nothing in it, literally. And in fact, many tail booms on helicopters are hollow. Ask anybody that builds helicopters.
so then the question would be, without even going into this or trying to debunk it, why, Vaughn, would they then plant this? Why would they be so sloppy as to do things like this and post it publicly? To actually plant it, stage the photographs.
Okay, so why is the tail smoking?
You're exactly right, Red Shot. That's exactly what he's doing.
It should not be smoking. There's literally nothing in that tail rotor to cause it to smoke. Ask anybody. Like I said, the only thing.
How about we wait and ask the investigators once they've done a thorough investigation and release the facts?
On a tail boom is the tail rotor itself. Well, the tail rotor isn't even there. Look at it. There ain't no tail rotor there. I done showed you a close-up earlier. There's no tail rotor there.
Probably disintegrated.
There's nothing there for even if the tail rotor was there, there's no reason for it to be smoking. There's no reason for the tail rotor to be smoking. There's no reason for the tail to be smoking. So why is the tail smoking? Well, that's a damn good question, isn't it?
Geez, here's a crazy idea. Why don't we wait for the investigators to conduct a thorough investigation and release the facts?
Damn good question.
But it might be too late. Then he's not on the ground floor of the scoop, right? That's the whole fucking thing, right? He can't wait for facts. He's got to jump on this now. So he can say, I was on the ground floor of that.
Okay. Kobe Bryant dead. Photo shows grim wreckage of helicopter crash. See, there's another. No indication of a tail rotor there that I can make out. But there's no reason for it to be smoking. There's nothing in a tail section, folks, that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Kobe Bryant, daughter Gina, among 9 dead in helicopter crash. Flew up from John Wayne Airport, Orange County, California at 9 a.m. FlightAware.com records show the aircraft was owned by Island Express Holding Corp., registered in Fillmore, California. S-76 is a popular helicopter. Now, supposedly, from what I'm hearing, is that both engines failed at the same time. After talking to some people.
Okay, so this is where we're in the know. Anybody, I'm getting like deja vu. Remember when Vonhelton had the fucking correspondence with the Antarctica secret scientists? I don't know if you guys remember all that. He had the inside he had these top secret fucking scientists working in Antarctica, some bunker below the fucking ice, sending Vonhelton, of all people, personal correspondences, updating them. So he could have the scoop again. But Vonhelton's been talking to some people, and what he's been hearing is this ain't adding up.
They're saying that is impossible. That it is physically impossible to have a double engine failure on one of these helicopters. It's impossible. So that's another, wrench in the whole thing here.
Has anybody? I don't really know. I'm just aware that there was a crash and stuff. But has anybody officially even said that there was a double engine failure or anything like that? I'm not even aware that that's an actual claim. Again, he's just invented something in his head and defeated it. A straw man. Arguments from ignorance, straw men. These are common tools that Vonhelton uses.
Authorities have not confirmed details about the helicopter that crashed, but excuse me, it's early in the morning here. According to flight tracking site FlightAware.com, Los Angeles Times, the aircraft was a 1991 Sikorsky S-76B twin-engine helicopter. Okay, we've even got the registry and the manifest. Boy, somebody's thorough. Holy shit. Registry. Helicopter wrap. Collusion fleet graphics. Might be a wrap. No, I don't think it was a wrap. Because down here, Brian Strong is replying. See, here's what it looked like before they painted it black. It was silver with a red stripe. And then Brian Strong down here says, this was a separate one we did, but Colby's personal one was black and gold wrapped to celebrate today. Okay, so it was a wrap.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe that beeping sound we heard was something clicking in Vonhelton's brain. Maybe he's just gained self-awareness, folks.
I guess they're trying to intimate that the wrap may have came off the tail section.
Now he's making up an argument. It was a wrap. That's all we know. It was a wrap. But see, this is what I mean. He's capable of logic because he just come up with, well, I wouldn't say it fell off. I think it makes more sense to probably, either burn off or whatever the case, right? Right now he's using logic, but now he's going to think a way to fucking turn the logic ass backwards and spin it so he's still right. He'd rather just be right than actually know the truth or actually think logically. That's what baffles me here. He's thinking.
I guess is what they're trying to claim. I don't know.
No, they're just claiming the fact that it was wrapped.
That the wrap came off the tail section. But
which is completely logical that something would happen to the wrap. And if we take it on the premise, folks, see, this is the thing. They never really look at it from the other side, but would make more sense. Occam's razor, right? If we take it on its face value that it suffered for whatever reason an accident, a crash so devastating that it would just completely obliterate the vast majority of the helicopter itself, would it not stand to reason that those circumstances would affect the fucking wrap on it? That's right, Hillbilly. I did too. I heard the distinct beep of a tracking device. Yeah. Well, I got Vonhelton tracked. Don't you worry, boys.
I don't know. It just seems kind of... I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me that the wrap would come off the tail section. Why? Why would it come off?
Because it's in a fucking accident.
I don't... It don't make no sense to me.
Because it doesn't make sense because you're starting with the fucking presupposition that it's all a conspiracy. It's a piece of the puzzle that doesn't fit into your loony bin fucking half-hearted conspiracy theory. So you're just going to dismiss it. See, he had the seeds of logic there, folks. And then he willingly dismissed it. That is true. I am trying to outwit a man of 190 IQ by his own proclamation. We'll be covering that this week. Don't you worry.
And why isn't there bits and pieces of it still attached? I mean, wouldn't there be bits and pieces of the wrap still attached to it?
Of a fucking either was incinerated or fucking drifted away, because I'm seeing a hell of a lot of fucking debris and wreckage. I'm sure if we went through this fucking field to satisfy Vonhelton's lack of acceptance of this, I am confident that someone could scour that field and find a fleck of fucking wrap. God damn it.
And where's the body of the helicopter? Where's the tail section of the helicopter? Where's the main rotor? Where's the skids? And look at this picture, folks. Where's the rest of that damned helicopter?
So, okay, this is where I'm confused now. Is Vonhelton arguing that they shot it down with a missile? Because wouldn't that actually fit? Right? Wasn't that his original argument? Now is he actually going to start delving off into fucking a side conspiracy that this is actually a rigged fucking crash to begin with? I mean, he's trying to imply that the fucking something's up with the paint job on the helicopter and parts aren't smoking or are smoking that aren't supposed to be, according to him, right? Because he's seen pictures of other fucking helicopter crashes and this doesn't look the same. So, oh, golly.
Where is it? Yeah, it's not there, is it? No, it's not. Let's get that there's that close-up photo. All right, you know.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's more than just this fucking area that we're seeing, but even still, I mean, come on. I'm a Rockefeller hillbilly.
We got this thing here, whatever the hell that is. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a helicopter. I think that's part of the stuff they use for crashes and shit. But you know, now there looks like that might be a piece of the tail rotor section, but I'm not. It's hard to tell. But it's smoking, whatever it is. Why would a tail rotor smoke? Well, it wouldn't. Why would a tail boom smoke? It wouldn't. But this thing here, whatever this black thing is, it's smoking. Okay, and that's all well and good, but a tail rotor shouldn't smoke. There's literally nothing in a tail rotor that would cause it to smoke. Nothing. There's nothing in a tail rotor causes it. It's literally a gear, and that's it. It's literally a gear. And like I said, the tail boom itself is a lot of times it's hollow. So there's
Right, someone put out a good point too. I mean, if we're going to play the who's to say game, who's to say that some of that black shit that you see in the background is not part of the wrap? I'm just saying.
There's literally nothing that would cause the tail boom to smoke. Not that I'm aware of. You know, feel free to correct me, folks, if you like. But I'm just saying, you know, I can't think of anything that would cause it. What is this plastic pink box here? What the fuck is that? I don't understand what the hell that is. But once again, here's the paint job comparisons. You know, this is what it looked like when it was owned by Illinois.
But it wasn't a paint job. We can establish that because the evidence that Vonhelton has provided, if we're taking what Vonhelton's providing on face value, he provided evidence of someone that knew them, apparently had an intimate knowledge of the helicopter and Kobe Bryant, says it's already confirmed it was a wrap. It wasn't a paint job. Someone points out a good side too. Solar Marshall says that what we were seeing was the two sides. So that light colored stuff that he didn't know what was the other side of the wrap. I can't confirm that personally, but it does make more sense than a grand conspiracy for a war that Donald Trump avoided that Vonhelton completely cooked up in his mind. Not a war that's actually, could be happening right now. Nothing to do with Syria, nothing to do with Iran, sorry. But a completely fictitious, no, the war itself between Ukraine and Russia is real, but this whole anyways, I digress, folks. I'm sorry, I ramble.
This is what it looked like when it was owned by Kobe Bryant. But now they're saying now that this may be just a wrap. This might just be a wrap.
Now they say.
Okay, all well and good, but where's that wrap now?
It's fucking probably laying in the debris all around it. Can't really say for sure because I'm not there. Can only go by this fucking picture. Someone pointed out it could be the part of the wrap hanging off the end that's actually on fire. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I'm comfortable with saying that. I won't actually know until the investigators do a full and thorough investigation and release the facts. But see, he won't accept that because he's already made up his mind that the elite is behind it. Though he believes the elite has already left us clues for some reason that they're behind it via a Google search and a cartoon.
Why isn't there bits and pieces of the wrap still attached? And where's the rest of the helicopter? Where is it? A lot of questions, very few answers, right? Yeah.
Not until the investigators do a full and thorough investigation.
A lot of questions, but very few answers, folks.
Well, Vonhelton's done his thorough research, folks. Look at that. He even knows the model of the airplane. Congratulations. That's probably the most research he's done in a long time.
But yeah, lots of questions, very few answers. But anyway, I just found that fascinating. You know, is it possible that they're covering it up?
So now it's a fake crash.
You know, which it is possible. But I thought I'd put this out there.
Well, if it's possible, then, folks, it must be a fact now to Vonhelton because he's proved that the helicopter was once a different color and then got a black wrap that apparently fell off part of the helicopter in this devastating crash that was bad enough to completely obliterate the rest of the helicopter, apparently.
Because it is indeed possible they'd cover it up. Obviously. I mean, they're not gonna want it all to get out, right? Anyway, that's all I got. You all have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Bye.
Here we are, folks.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Why does he post that? He doesn't. There's no messages. He's not coming back. I just want to see the dirty fruit cup, folks. I just want to see the dirty fruit cup.
Bye-bye, Boo Bear.
All right, so right here, folks, I got to point it out every time. What the hell? Like, you're going to do an outro for your video. I get it. But you can't fucking... Okay, I can even see leaving the Mountain Dew can because he's kind of associated himself over the years with the Mountain Dew, right? But, I mean, all this shit and the dirty plate and the fucking dirty old fucking nasty fruit cup. You can't just push that out of frame, dude. He's got the old fucking alarm clock Christmas gift that he probably got when he was 15. It doesn't even fucking, not even plugged in. But hey, let's keep it there. Like, I mean, what the hell's wrong with this? It's just, Jesus, man. It's cray-cray. Whole thing's cray-cray, folks. I don't know what to say. Again, I haven't done any investigation or anything in this. I don't really even know how many facts are actually out there for sure. I just watched part of the video. I'm just like, oh, Jesus, I got to do this. I got to make you endure what I have to watch. Yikes. Well, that's it, folks. What do you think? I don't think I'm convinced that he was murdered. I don't think that there was a compelling argument put forth there, folks. But please make sure to tune in Thursday night. We're going to be covering Vonhelton's IQ and a few other little tidbits. I found a kind of neat couple little videos from the vault. Also, just a reminder, I will be sitting in on the Eris's live stream this Wednesday. I'm going to bring a few video clips over and plead my case for who's been dicking Tila. We're going to crack that Tila code, and I think I'll be welcome to bring over maybe a classic. Try to pick out a special Vonhelton clip to share with them. Also, I haven't been able to back this up or substantiate the claim, but I did see someone posted in the chat that apparently King Cobra's dry spell may be over. he may have been seduced by a 300-pound mistress of the dank. If anybody has a link to confirm that, please share it with me over at the Trolls, Haters, Naysayers headquarters on MeWe. Thank you all for joining. And that's really all I got. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.